Oh, hey, didn't see you there. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the next video. Last week we did a video on how to make kimchi, something that a lot of people do around the fall to winter season. Today I wanted to show you something else that you can do around the winter time, or maybe you'll see throughout the city of Seoul people cooking this wonderful food throughout the fall / mostly winter time. So we got the grill going right now. Fire's blazing. It's hot. It's nice because it is freezing outside. We're just outside on my balcony right now, waiting for the fire to kind of like simmer down a bit. But today we're making goguma, or sweet potato. Goguma, you can find a lot of different little stalls or stands selling this sweet, delicious, hot potato throughout Korea, as well as many convenience stores as well. They'll have a little stand that sells a nice little hot goguma. Now, these days, because of the coronavirus, I believe that the convenience stores don't sell them anymore. Not that I've seen, or maybe later they will. But there are still some stalls that will sell the goguma, the delicious, delicious goguma. Or, if you have a balcony like I do, or a place where you can use a grill, you can do it at home. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to teach you how to make some delicious, sweet goguma. Probably one of the best things to eat during this time when it's very cold. Like, you're outside, you're freezing, but then you bite into that hot, steamy, sweet potato, and it's just pure bliss. Also, I'm going to teach you how to make some kimchi fried rice, because we have our own freshly made kimchi, and we should make a dish out of it. So today, we're going to make some goguma and kimchi fried rice. Let's go. Yo, so the fire has died down quite a bit. It's still a little bit hot, but this is okay temperature. The most important thing is we don't want this fire to be like in our face, fire up in the sky. We don't want that kind of fire. That's for grilling and cooking our potatoes. But we want a nice, soft, hot charcoal to put our potatoes on and under to kind of get a thorough baking kind of situation going on with the potatoes. Now, I have my sweet potato here, but it's it's all wrapped up. Why is this guy all wrapped up? He's in a little aluminum foil. Well, when you're going to go ahead and do the baking process of the sweet potatoes, I believe it's better to wrap it up. Always wrap it up. Anyways, you can do it without wrapping up the sweet potatoes, but I just get a little too worried whether it's going to cook it too fast. So I put in the aluminum foil. In fact, I double wrap it. You can see the process in just a little bit. You're going to want to go ahead and wash your potatoes. Again, this is not a necessary step, because when we're eating the sweet potato, we're eating mostly just the inside. We're not actually eating the skin. You can if you want to, but not necessary, at least for me. And sometimes some of the sweet potatoes have some dirt on it anyway, so it's a good idea to go ahead and wash it. Again, completely up to you. Then after you're done washing them, which doesn't take very much time, you want to go ahead and just wrap it in some aluminum foil. Again, I did double wrap the sweet potatoes. Again, this is all just because it's my style. I think that it's the best way to cook them, kind of the way that I would cook a corn on the cob, basically. Again, this step is completely up to you. You don't have to wrap them. If you think you can cook them without them being wrapped, good for you. That's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and stick these bad boys in our little fire. All right, let's go ahead and just kind of stick these guys in here. Now, I don't really have any gloves, and you probably should have some gloves if you're doing this. If this is your first time. I do have this stick though. This awesome stick. Now, again, we do kind of want to try our best to cover the sweet potatoes as much as we can with the charcoal. We do want to try to get these like cooking all around. So if you can bury your sweet potatoes as much as you can in the charcoal, that is probably the best thing. Just kind of get a nice pile going. Now, I did put a lot in there, so this might actually take a little bit of time. But yeah, we just cover it up. You also don't need to cover it up. There's so many ways you can go ahead and go about this. This is just one of the ways that I want to do it today. I have done this, I have cooked goguma on a much smaller, tinier grill than this. And it was one that you couldn't even cover. You just kind of had to leave it to the elements, basically. So we're just going to go ahead and cover it today and see how that works out. And the whole process should take about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe. It depends on the heat of your grill, how many potatoes you put in there, all different kind of factors take in. But the best method you can really do is take a little chopstick or some pointy device, pointy tool, just kind of jab it in there and see if it's soft or not. If it's soft, then you're good to go. You should be good to go. If not, then give it a little bit longer. That's pretty much the best method you can do. So I'll see you guys in about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay guys, it's been about 15 to 20 minutes later. Our goguma is still kind of just chilling there. So let's go ahead and take one of those bad boys out and see how they are. Now, I don't have any kind of fireproof gloves or anything, but I think these winter gloves I've got will be just fine. So let me go ahead and pop the squat. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. Now, this is one of the smaller ones. Now, the best thing about goguma or sweet potato, it's like magic how a potato that is normally white when you first see it, and then it suddenly turns this like golden yellow, which I love. I don't know what the science is for how that happens, but to me that's still one of the coolest things about sweet potatoes, that it just has like this magic to it, that it transforms color after like you cook it. I'm gonna take off the glove because I'm finding it difficult to find a spot to open. There it is. All right, so here is our goguma. The skin is not too darkened. I think the first time I did it, the skin was kind of black, so it was a little cooked too much on the outside for the skin, but this looks perfectly cooked actually. So let's go and get that nice break. Oh, yeah, look at that. There we go. That's that golden deliciousness that we wanted. Here we go. Nice. Oh my God, this is, oh, I can't wait to dig in. Oh. Oh, it's so perfect. It's so perfectly cooked. Oh, I love goguma in the winter. Oh. Now again, you can eat the skin. It doesn't matter. Me personally though, I don't really like eating the skin too much. I just like eating the inside. I'm more so about the I'm going to take the glove because it's a bit easier to access the meatiness. But yeah, I'm more about just eating what's inside. Yeah, look at that. So good. Oh. Yeah, nice and hot. I love it. That's some perfectly cooked goguma. I wish I could give this to you guys. Oh, it's so hot. It's perfect. It's so perfect because it is freezing outside right now. The crispy texture of the skin is really nice. I'm really happy how this one turned out. As I said, The first time I made this, the skin was a little bit black. So, sorry, the wind is blowing bits of dust into me. But the skin was a bit black, so you could really only eat the inside of it. But this one is perfectly cooked. All the goguma are going to be perfectly cooked, and I love it. I love that that's how it worked out. So, all right, so that's basically how you make goguma. That's it. It's really simple. You just need a grill or something smaller even. A charcoal grill is absolutely fine. That's actually the best one to use. And that's it. Hopefully you guys can enjoy some sweet goguma at home. If you don't have a grill, you can also use an oven. That's also perfectly fine. I just prefer to use a grill to kind of get that nice charcoal flavor out of it. That roasting feeling of just being outside with the fire in the cold weather. It's just a nice feeling. I like it. I enjoy it. So we're going to go ahead inside, and then we're going to start making our kimchi볶음, or fried rice, kimchi fried rice. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Yo, welcome back everyone. We're inside the kitchen again. Here we are. We're about to do some amazing things here. Kimchi볶음, or kimchi fried rice. We're just going to do a really quick process. It's very easy to make, and one of my favorite things to eat. It's so good, like incredibly good, especially if you have your own homemade kimchi. Now there's just a couple ingredients. I'll go ahead and show those off here. Just have some diced onions. Normally I would also dice some garlic as well, but since my kimchi is very garlic heavy, there is no need to do that. So I'm not going to add that as an extra. It'd be too much. Also, we got 2 eggs over here. We're going to crack those on top. Got some green onions and gochujang. Gochujang is red pepper paste. Can't go without this. That stuff is so good. It just turns up the dish, or any dish, sorry, amazingly, but this is a must-need for kimchi fried rice. Of course, the main thing that we need for kimchi fried rice, kimchi. And this is our fermented kimchi that we did about last week. All fermented up. Now I like to add bacon to my my kimchi. Really, you can add anything you want to kimchi. It's like really, it's up to you. You can add anything. I've seen just kimchi fried rice, like no extra meat or anything added. There's spam kimchi fried rice, bulgogi kimchi fried rice. Really, you could do whatever you want. That's the best thing also about kimchi fried rice. You do whatever you want. And of course our rice, which is just kind of chilling on the side. So let's go over the cooking real quick and show you how it's done. Look at that bacon sizzling. While we're watching the bacon sizzle, I almost forgot that there are a couple other things that we will add to our dish. I'm going to add this sesame oil, or girum. Or is it chamgirum, right? Chamgirum. Sesame oil is added at the end of the dish. It's just a nice little touch. If you don't like sesame oil, you don't need it, but I think it really greatly enhances the dish. I also like to add some ganjang, or soy sauce. You can see here. I like the young ganjang. I feel like this one has like the best sodium content. You don't need to add soy sauce to kimchi fried rice. What some people might think. For normal fried rice, you do. For kimchi fried rice, you don't really need to. And then I like to add some oyster sauce. This also really enhances the flavor of the dish quite nicely. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of cook up this bacon real quick. And then after the bacon is done, we're going to go ahead and toss in our onions with just a little bit of oil, because the fat from the bacon is going to give us enough fat, but we want to add just a little bit more so that way the onion doesn't completely burn. Then we're going to add in our kimchi. The most important thing here is that you want to add your kimchi, but also the brine. The brine is that kind of juice that you can see kind of sitting there. All that juice, you want some of that as well. You want some of that brine. All right, so let's go ahead to the next step. Once your bacon's done, just go ahead and put that to the side. We're going to go ahead and toss in our onions now. This is also, once the onions are a bit cooked, you're gonna go ahead and add your garlic. But again, I'm not doing that just because my kimchi has enough garlic. Smells absolutely incredible. While that onion's gonna cook though, I'm gonna chop up my bacon that I just cooked. I want my bacon to be in kind of like little strips, or not little strip, but little kind of more like bite-sized pizza pieces. Sorry, not pizza. Got food on the brain. It doesn't have to be finely chopped either. Kind of give you an idea. Something like roughly the size of like that. This one's for me. Yummy. Once the onions have kind of like sweated out a bit, which they will do because the pan's already pretty hot, this is about the time that I want to add my kimchi because the kimchi is going to add that nice kind of, it's going to give it some juice basically, so that way the onions don't get just completely fried. We just want to introduce that mixture, and we want to fry the kimchi for a decent amount. So we're just going to let this sit, let the juice kind of actually burn out a little bit. So we're just going to kind of let the kimchi fry. We want fried kimchi, that's what we want. So once we have this fried, we're going to go ahead and toss in our sauces and then our rice. All right, so you can see I have this little pool in the middle. You don't need to burn off all of the sauce or the brine. You can actually keep some of the brine for a little bit later if you want as well, kind of near the end of the process, because the rice is going to soak up a lot of this. But in the middle, this is where you're going to go ahead and put in your gochujang. I like to put a nice heaping of it, like a nice like big dollop of gochujang, around that much. For more accurate measurements, again, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to defer back to Mangchi for this. She has a more accurate, detailed version and measurement version of this recipe. I'm just going by what I do, and I like to add a nice little dollop of gochujang. And then this is also where I'm going to add my oyster sauce as well. Just kind of give it a couple of pats. You don't want it to be more than the gochujang. That's kind of my little tip. The oyster sauce should be enough, but it should not be more than what you put gochujang wise. Kind of give that a stir. The brine's going to kind of help make it easier to stir. And then now we kind of mélange, mix all of these wonderful things together. For me personally, I use probably a bit more gochujang than what a recipe would call for. But that's because I really love the flavor of gochujang. It just kind of, it tastes so nice. And then now we're going to add a little bit of our soy sauce. Just a couple splashes. And a dash more. Mix that in there as well. And now we're going to add our rice. Of course, we're using day-old rice. Wouldn't be fried rice if it wasn't day-old rice. The only thing is, though, that I'll say is that my rice is not, it's not the same rice that you normally use for fried rice. Like, I have just normal jasmine rice because it is very hard to find long grain rice anywhere here. Might actually need more rice. It's going to be very spicy fried rice, and that's exactly what I wanted. Again, if you're not attuned to spice, if that's not your thing, then I don't recommend putting as much gochujang as I did. I did put a lot. I think this recipe is going to call for just a little bit more rice. I've added a little bit more rice. Now we're going to go ahead and add our bacon. Again, bacon isn't the highlight here, so it doesn't really matter how much bacon you put. Or really anything. You could do chicken. I've done chicken kimchi fried rice before. That was pretty good. Really, it's up to you. Just kind of mix it around. Kimchi fried rice is made however you want to make it. I mean, that should go for any cooking as well. Any cooking you do, you make it however you want to. Alright, now I'm going to add green onion. Now, I have frozen green onions here. And some people might complain, oh, he's using frozen green onions, water, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, it doesn't matter. The water amount that you're going to get from here is pretty minuscule, so it's not going to affect the dish that much. And I do not have the space to have fresh green onions at all times. Mostly because like the amount of vegetables that you buy at the supermarkets, it's always a lot. Like you can't buy a single person sized amount of like vegetables. It's always just this massive amount that you have to get. It's very hard to find a normal amount of vegetables. So I just buy frozen when I can because it's very much easier, and I don't end up wasting food that way. So it's pretty much almost done. Again, my fried rice is not as like the normal kind of fried rice, because normal fried rice is more loose. But as I said, it's because of the rice I'm using is this basic jasmine rice. It's very hard to find loose grain rice, and more importantly, it's just not worth buying two types of rice. I'm perfectly happy with this kind of rice because it's for me. But if you guys want to be, I guess, true to the recipe and use something that's more of a fried rice material, then I would go ahead and use a long grain rice. That would be a lot better. And then now we're just going to kind of let this sit, fry on the bottom for a little bit, kind of get a little bit of crispiness. That's what I like. And then once that's done, we're going to slap that in a bowl and then cook our 2 eggs, because I want 2. I want more protein. And then we're pretty much done. That's the whole thing. Now, our kimchi is safe away in this little bowl, packed away. We're going for fried eggs now. I believe the normal way that people do in Korea is to have fried egg on top of kimchi fried rice. Again, you can go for like the scrambled egg route and have a kind of normalish fried rice. But I believe usually, especially when you go to some quick restaurants to get like kimgane or something, and you want to get some kimchi fried rice or kimchi볶음, they will usually have a fried egg on top. It's never like egg mixed in. Plus, I like it better with the fried egg as opposed to scrambled. I like having the yolk kind of spill and splash about on my rice. So good. So good. Anyways, we're just going to go ahead and fry these bad boys up and then toss it on the rice, and we're pretty much done. That's it, guys. So I'll show you guys the final product in just a little bit. All right, guys, we finished our meal. Don't mind my fan, by the way. It's just chilling there. Anyways, we got our kimchi볶음. Look at that. Yeah, it looks so good. Yeah. Oh, a tip from me to you, a very unimportant tip. When you come to Korea, buy a lot of spoons. A lot of spoons. It doesn't matter if you're living alone, buy like 5 spoons. I personally have like 4 spoons, and I always end up using all of them for some reason. Whenever I'm making Korean food, I end up using so many spoons. Especially when I'm eating too. I mostly use a spoon as opposed to a fork. So ditch the fork, go for a spoon. Anyways, we want to go for that first. Yeah, there we go. There's that yolk. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. 잘 먹겠습니다. Oh, this is so good. You don't need egg for this, but it just tastes so much better with an egg. The simplicity of kimchi fried rice is just absolutely amazing. It's so good. Perfection, dude. Perfection. C'est magnifique. Oh, so good. All right. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my meal. Wish I could give you guys this meal. It's so good. But you now know basically how to cook it at home. Now, maybe you guys don't have the time or the way to make kimchi, make your own kimchi. That's completely fine. I hope you guys are able to find kimchi in the store or someplace that's local and available for you guys living abroad. If you're living in Korea, make it. If you've never made kimchi bokum, it's one of the easiest and simplest Korean dishes you can ever make, and it's absolutely delicious. So good. And you'll end up just eating the whole pan. I poured myself a pretty decently sized bowl, and I'm gonna probably eat more because it's so good. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a bit of a quick one, just kind of show how to make kimchi fried rice with the kimchi that you guys made. Also, go over a little bit of cultural stuff, make some goguma or sweet potato the semi-traditional way. I used a grill. I think if you're gonna do it the traditional way, it's just literally like a pile of leaves, is like how some people do it. They just kind of smoke it in a pile of leaves or just with charcoal, that's it. No grill. But the goguma came out great. So again, if you have the time or the chance to be able to make goguma that style or that way, I highly recommend it. A lot of fun, especially if you especially during this cold winter season. It's nice to have a nice piping hot goguma. Again, if you don't, that's fine. I can always recommend just use your oven. It'll come close to the same thing. Just won't have that kind of char on the outside with the skin. So just slightly different, but the inside will be the same. And you can go outside and enjoy your goguma anyways. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe if you like what I do. And I'll see you guys next week for another awesome video. Bye.